This chapter now is not in your book. So I printed out the sheets for you. It is all inequalities. Oh no, not this again.
Yay.
Okay, inequalities are greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. It's backwards. Okay, so you guys remember these?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, remember now, greater than points to the right, less points to the left. Brianna, put your right that way. So, shh, quiet. This is a less than. It's pointing to the left. This is a greater than.
Less than equal to.
Right. If they got the line underneath, that's less than or equal. This is greater than or equal. Okay? So, remember, you guys learned in elementary, the crocodile eats the bigger.
Yeah.
Another way to think of it is the big part's on the big number, it points to the small one. So this is 6 is greater than 2. Or you could reverse it, 2 is less than 6. Alright? Now, when we get into graphing these,
The little one doesn't eat the big one.
Yes, it does.
if x is greater than 3, okay, if x is greater than 3, that means any number greater than 3, hey, any number greater than 3 works. I could put 4 in there, I could put 5 in there, I could put 3.1 in there, I could put 3.000001. It's still greater than 3. I cannot put 3 in because 3 is not greater than 3, right? Now, there's no way you could list every possible solution. You'd spend the rest of your life and you'd never be able to list them all, right?
Yep.
So what they do is they draw a graph to represent the answers. So on a number line, when we do our graphs, all you need to do is put 3 numbers on there. You don't need to make a big long number line. The number they're comparing it to, you can just put in the middle. Yep. So now what you do is you put a dot. It's either going to be an open circle or a filled in circle at 3.
Open.
Open. If it's not equal to, you put an open circle. If it's also equal to, you fill in the circle. So we can just put it above. In the book and in your worksheets, they put it right on the line, but then it's hard to see. So we just put a dot at 3, which means it starts at 3 but doesn't include it. And then every answer is greater than 3. So everything goes to the right of 3.
Yeah.
So that means everything underneath this line is a solution. You know, even the numbers in between, which are fractions and decimals, right? Okay. So if we had x is less than or equal to negative 17, you'd make a number line. Remember when you put your negatives on there, they go backwards, right? Negative 16, negative 17, negative 18.
Yep.
Now since it's filled in, you fill it in there. And x is less than that, so everything to the left of negative 17 is a solution. You guys remember doing that?
Yep.
Now, sometimes people get this stuck in their mind, and most of the time it works, but not all the time. The direction of the inequality and the arrow you draw go the same direction, right? That will work every single time as long as the letter is on the left. Okay? If I did this backwards, if I wrote it like 6 is less than x. If you graph this and you just don't pay attention to what you're doing, that'd be a hollow circle, right? And then some people think, well, since the arrow's pointing that way, I'll draw my line this way. if you were to check that, that means 5 would be an answer, right? Because it's underneath there. If you put that in, is that true? Is 6 less than 5? No. The reason why is when you read these, you should always read the letter first. So just read X first, and it's pointing at 6, which means X is greater than 6.
Yeah.
So if the letter is greater, the line will always go right. If the letter is less, it'll always go left. So it goes like that.
Last line.
Okay? So even though the letter isn't listed first, if you read it first and read what the sign is, then you'll know which way the arrow goes.
Okay.
Okay? Now another thing we'll be doing is you'll be given a graph.
Yeah.
And you got to write the inequality. Yeah. Now, yeah, Daniel,
I was gonna say.
go ahead. What is it?
It's 20 is,
Okay. All right. I'm going to stop you right
That's
there
six
because
less
that's the
than-
hard way to do that.
Oh.
The hard way is to put the number first. Don't put the number first. Put what all the answers are, which you can call anything you want, but we'll just use X. Don't put the 20 first. Now, once you got the letter first, what are all the answers? How do they compare to
Less
20?
than.
They're less than because the line is going left or equal to 20. Okay? So don't put the number first. Put the letter first, and it makes it a lot easier. Now, another thing I want to point out is when we actually solve inequalities, they're exactly the same as solving equations. Okay? We solve 2x plus 1 equals 10. You'd subtract 1 divided by 2. Same thing. If you had 2x plus 1 is greater than 10, you solve it the same way. All right? We're not doing that yet, but eventually that's what we will be doing. Now, let's see. Hopefully, I can draw in here.
it's just Friday, so we can start.
No, I can't.
Yep.
Okay, so here we're writing the sentence as an inequality. A number W minus 3.5, so there, they've written this out, is less than or equal to negative 2. So all it is writing the sentence into a math expression, or inequality. So a number W minus 3.5 is written like that, is less than or equal to, it's written like that, negative 2. So there's the inequality. Negative 3.5, W minus 3.5, less than or equal to negative 2. Easy enough?
Yep.
Okay. A number B plus 2.7 is greater than or equal to 3. So, all we'd have to do is go B plus 2.7 is greater than or equal to 3. Can't really get any easier than that, I hope. Everyone thinks that's easy. 2 plus 2.
Video.
Oop, I don't want that. Okay, telling whether something's a solution, what kind of answer are you going to put when you're answering this on your worksheet? If it says tell whether negative 4 is a solution of this inequality,
Plug it in.
you just plug it in, but what kind of answer are you going to put?
Greater or less than?
No,
Graph?
no. Tell whether negative 4 is a solution.
Yes or no?
Yes. I don't know why that's so difficult for all 7th and 8th graders. A lot of times people don't understand what that means.
What is it?
Tell whether something is this or that, you just put yes or no. So what we got to do is put negative 4 in for x. Negative 4 plus 8, is it less than negative 3? No. 4 is not less than negative 3, so you would just put no. Okay, on this one, if we put negative 4 in here, a negative times a negative is a positive. A positive is always greater than a negative, so this one would be yes.
Yeah.
Okay? So, if negative 2 is a solution of this, negative 2 take away 4 is negative 6. Is negative 6 less than
No.
negative 10? No, it's not. Remember, when you're comparing negatives, the bigger negative is further to the left, so that's actually less than. -2 times 2.3
No.
is -4.6.
No.
Is that greater than -5?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
it's -5.
because the greater one is actually smaller when they're negatives. Graphing. So again, I already showed you how to graph these. To graph y is less than -3, all you gotta do is put a little number line, put the number they're comparing it to in the middle, and then a number on each side. Remember, negative numbers go backwards. So, on this one, do you put a positive, or a filled in or a hollow circle? Filled in. And then which way does the arrow go?
Right.
Left.
Y is less than. If the letter's less than, that means it's everything going to the left.
Okay. Oh, yeah. But I thought that was right, so.
Y is greater than or equal to -5.
Right. Filled in.
Filled in because it's equal to. Y is greater than, so it goes to the right. X is less than 2.5. If it's a fraction or a decimal, you can just put 2 and 3 on either side of it, right? Okay. So that would be hollow. X is less than, so it goes to the left. Now, 2.5 is an easy one. If they had something like this, 4 1/3.
Four.
I'd put 4 1/3 in the middle. What would I put on the left? 4. 4 2/3. 4 1/3 is in between those two. Hollow circle going to the left. Now remember, if the letter's on the other side, if I wrote this, 6 is less than or equal to X.
Going to the right.
That's filled in, and it's going
To the right.
to the right. Read the letter first. Just read it backwards. X is greater than. So if the letter's greater than, it goes to the right. If the letter's less than, it goes to the left. It's that easy. Okay? I think that is
All.
all. Yes, it is.